Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Well, two local farmers and a cattle business received top recognition today. In light of National Agriculture Week, the Chamber of Commerce Agribusiness Committee presented their awards this morning during an eye-opener breakfast at the Christian County Extension Office. This year's winners include Malcolm Oates, who was named 2011 Farmer of the Year.
But it has been a struggle, but you know, I've had some ups and downs, but you know, I never let the downs get hold of me. I always look forward to the ups. And good Lord bless me, and I'm very thankful that I've lived in this community. I have a lot of friends, and I hope I don't have an enemy. If I got an enemy, come and visit me, and I'll try to change it.
Oates has owned and operated 4 Mile Farm at 4125 Russellville Road since 1983 and grows corn, wheat, and soybeans. Last year, Oates received the American Soybean Association's Southeast Conservation Legacy Award. Meanwhile, cattle business King Livestock was awarded 2011 Agribusiness of the Year. The cattle company, located at 506 East 1st Street in Hopkinsville, has been in business for 43 years and has been passed down through the King family for 4 generations. And Senator Joey Pendleton of Hopkinsville was awarded the 2011 Friend of Agriculture Award. Pendleton sponsored Senate Bill 79, which was passed earlier this month, which clarifies federal regulations for small farm trucks. House Floor Majority Leader Representative Rocky Atkins of Sandy Hook served as this morning's keynote speaker. Atkins spoke about multiple bipartisan measures that will work towards combining the agriculture and coal industries for energy sources. A Clarksville man already convicted in a fatal wreck that killed a Fort Campbell soldier in Oak Grove last year was granted a new trial today. A Christian County Circuit Court judge set a March 30th pretrial conference to discuss a new trial date for 21-year-old Antoine Rouse, who was convicted of wanton murder in mid-January in the February 2010 head-on collision that killed 23-year-old Joshua Rogers of Texas. Rouse was scheduled to be formally sentenced to 20 years in prison in March, but his attorney filed a motion to have a new trial based on the discovery that jurors may have decided he was guilty based on information not in evidence, but rather on information they received from one of the jurors about parole eligibility. Well, due to rising lake levels creating flood conditions, some roads, trails, and campsites have been restricted or closed at Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area. LBL officials report the lake level for Kentucky Lake and Lake Barkley is currently 362 feet. The summer pool is 359 feet, and it is predicted to crest on Saturday at 363.5 feet. Now, according to LBL staff, some trails, roads, and lake access areas that are prone to flooding or in danger from rising lake levels have been closed. LBL staff warns visitors who use trails, roads, camping areas, and boat ramps to be extremely cautious. In addition, everyone is urged to use caution when crossing creeks, streams, or any areas with standing or flowing water. Turkey Bay off-highway vehicle area will reopen Friday morning after being closed to heavy rainfall that resulted in flood damage and saturated soil conditions. Camping will be limited, and some trails are closed due to the high water. Well, motorists traveling Interstate 24 in Livingston and Marshall counties need to be aware of some lane restrictions over the next few days. Beginning tomorrow, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet crews plan to restrict traffic to 1 lane on I-24 between the Tennessee River Bridge at mile marker 29 and the Cumberland River Bridge at the 33-mile marker to allow the patching of potholes. A crew will start work on the westbound lanes around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And once work is completed, crews will then move to the eastbound lanes. All work should be completed by 3:30 p.m. Meanwhile, a bridge inspection team has completed their detailed inspection of the eastbound lane of the I-24 Tennessee River Bridge and has now moved to the westbound lanes, where motorists can expect lane restrictions and reduced speed limits. This work zone is located at the Marshall-Livingston County line and will be in place between 8:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. each day through Sunday. Well, in case you missed the 10 o'clock news last night and this morning's news, the Center for Women's Health at Trover Health Systems in Madisonville has been recognized for upholding the highest standards of dental education. The center was selected as the 2011 winner for the William J. Guys Award for Outstanding Innovation for its achievement in advancing oral health in prenatal patients through its Centering Pregnancy Smiles program. Trover President and CEO E. Burton Whitaker says as a result of the Centering Pregnancy Smiles program, the only one in Western Kentucky, babies born to centering mothers are more likely to have a healthier birth weight and are less likely to be born too early. 8 other individuals and organizations from across the country were also recognized with William J. Guys Awards. Well, a famed World War II 101st Airborne Division commander will be honored this Saturday at a memorial ceremony in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Military officials say the late Richard Dick Winters successfully led Currahee soldiers assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment during the invasion of Normandy and the siege of Bastogne. Two Fort Campbell officers, Major Brad Schultz and Captain Timothy Hastings of the 506th Infantry Regiment, will be representing the 101st Airborne Division during the memorial ceremony. According to Schultz, Major Winters was the epitome of Army values and was a natural leader of men in training and in combat. Winters died January 2nd of Parkinson's disease at the age of 92. If you are interested in learning about Hopkinsville's colorful history, be sure to attend the 19th annual Edgar Cayce Hometown Seminar at the Pennyroyal Area Museum Friday and Saturday. Born in Christian County on March 18, 1877, Edgar Cayce has been nicknamed Hopkinsville's sleeping prophet for reportedly making thousands of psychic predictions while in a state-like trance. The museum's special education coordinator, Janet Brevard, explains why area residents should attend this annual seminar.
They can learn about the abilities of mankind and how you can tap into those abilities. We are all given gifts and skills to use, and we are presenting the gifts that Edgar Cayce used, and you can be inspired to think about your gifts to contribute to the world as well.
Brevard adds, during his formative years in Hopkinsville, Cayce reportedly developed his remarkable psychic talents. Now, if you are interested in attending the 19th annual Edgar Cayce Seminar, contact the Pennyroyal Area Museum at 270-887-4270. 4 Hopkinsville residents were arrested by police after a brawl on South Clay Street last night. Hopkinsville police responded to the intersection of South Clay and Bryant Streets around 6 o'clock for a fight in progress involving about 30 people. Upon arriving on the scene, police say there were 30-plus people standing in the streets. While officers were speaking to half of the disturbance, 4 individuals were arrested after police say they continued to taunt, yell, or show an aggressive behavior toward others and police. 31-year-old Shatara White, 25-year-old Benicia White, and 33-year-old Shanessa White were charged with second-degree disorderly conduct. In addition, police charged Shatara and Benicia with resisting arrest. Police also arrested 18-year-old Edwin White and charged him with menacing. All 4 subjects were lodged in the Christian County Jail. Living with dyslexia is a world many of us aren't familiar with. Dyslexia is a language-based learning disability that results in difficulty with language skills in reading, writing, and spelling. But a person won't know they are dyslexic unless they're screened. The Dyslexia Association of the Pennyroyal in Hopkinsville offers screenings and programs for people struggling with this disability.
And that child will experience frustration in school, and it carries over into the home. They usually have low self-esteem. As they get older, it can become even behavior problems. But if that child is screened early and remediated and worked with, and that child is taught like a dyslexic learns, then they can be very successful.
A psychologist performs the screenings on the patients, and if a person is diagnosed, the center offers programs to help them overcome their disability.
In our program, we use what we call a multi-sensory approach. We're teaching by the eye, seeing with the sounds, the ears hearing. We teach by feeling.
The center is taking appointments for dyslexia screenings in April. For more information, you can contact their office at 885-5804 or visit their website at hopkinsvilledyslexia.org. One of the longest-running, still active youth football programs in the nation, Hopkinsville's Bud Hudson Youth Football League, is about to get its own fan club. Hopkinsville Christian County Boys and Girls Club Executive Director Roberto Serrano says it's been 60 years in the making for the club to create a Bud Hudson Alumni Association.
In 1951, Mr. Bud Hudson started a football and a baseball league with over 100 kids. And so if you can imagine 100 kids a year for 60 years, that's a lot of alumni that have played and had the fun and enjoyed his teachings and his successors' teachings. And so it's really just a special way for the community to get together, to bring young and experienced together to fellowship.
According to Serrano, hundreds of area residents have benefited from the local youth football league over the years.
Football has a unique way of teaching teamwork, discipline, and hard work. And I think so many of our community leaders have participated in Bud Hudson, from Wally Bryan to Carter Hendricks to NFL players like R2 Spinner. There's a whole lot of people, to Ardell Owens, who's a coach at Hoptown Middle. So there's just really so many folks have participated and benefited from Mr. Bud Hudson's experience, to Mac Major at Higgins Insurance, to Lee Major, to Win Radford. It's just so many different leaders, people who are doing great things, who've gone on to great successes. The dentist, Dr. Nunn, played as well. Wally Lyon has played. It's just an ongoing number of folks.
The club is currently looking for former players, coaches, and officials who participated in the program to share their stories of the Bud Hudson days. The executive director says pictures are also being collected for a yearbook that will be available later this year, with an alumni meet and greet planned for August 13th. For more information about the Bud Hudson Alumni Association, contact the Hopkinsville Christian County Boys and Girls Club at 270-887-4020. Well, get your numbers ready. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $201 million. Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $85 million.